الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن وأحصوا العدة واتقوا الله ربكم لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وتلك حدود الله ومن يتعد حدود الله فقد ظلم نفسه لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا فإذا بلغن أجلهن فأمسكوهن بمعروف أو فارقوهن بمعروف وأشهدوا ذوي عدل منكم وأقيموا الشهادة لله ذلكم يوعظ به من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا واللائي يئسن من المحيض من نسائكم إن ارتبتم فعدتهن 3 أشهر واللائي لم يحضن وأولاة الأحمال أجلهن أن يضعن حملهن ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا ذلك أمر الله أنزله إليكم ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا أسكنوهن من حيث سكنتم من وجدكم ولا تضاروهن لتضيقوا عليهم وإن كن أولات حمل فأنفقوا عليهن حتى يضعن حملهن فإن أرضعن لكم فآتوهن أجورهن وأتمروا بينكم بمعروف وإن تعاسرتم فسترضع له أخرى لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا وكأين من قرية عتت عتت عن أمر ربها ورسله فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا فحاسبناها حسابا شديدا وعذبناها عذابا نكرا فذاقت وبال أمرها وكان عاقبة أمرها خسرا أعد الله لهم عذابا شديدا فاتقوا الله يا أولي الألباب الذين آمنوا قد أنزل الله إليكم ذكرا رسولا يتلو عليكم آيات الله مبينات ليخرج الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات من الظلمات إلى النور ومن يؤمن بالله ويعمل صالحا يدخله جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا قد أحسن الله له رزقا الله الذي خلق 7 سماوات ومن الأرض مثلهن يتنزل الأمر بينهن لتعلموا أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما.
As the gender war rages on, in order to keep the peace, we must discuss the exact facts. Welcome to X-Factly. I'm your host, Saad Imam. Remove your shoes and enter upon your right foot, upon the right state of mind. Bi'idhnillah. Topic: Halal Gold Diggers. Halal, lawful, permissible gold diggers. I came up with this topic prior, but there was a couple of posts, ironically by sisters, saying that men no longer want to provide, or one post in particular said the man is saying, I'm a provider, and the woman says, okay, then provide, and then the man replies, you're a gold digger. Okay, so it's assuming that a man is understanding that he is the provider, but yet he is not willing to fulfill that role, and he considers providing a provision as gold digging. Well, gold digger, I like to start with the definition, the standard definition, because this is not an Islamic term, so I would like to go with a standard definition in order to start somewhere. Okay, gold digger, a person who forms a relationship with another purely to extract money from them. Purely to extract money from them. Islamically, we can only be talking about marriage. Marriage, Islamically. That's all that we can talk about. As far as we're never going to encourage Muslims to sin, so we can only talk about marriage. Okay. So, with that being said, um, love in a relationship, speaking of reasons people get married, love in a relationship is overrated. I've said this 1,000 times. Love is overrated. Love releases the same chemicals that insanity does. I always mention that when you look at Maury Povich or Jerry Springer in the past, and they will say, Jerry, he did this, and Jerry, he did that, and Jerry, he treated me this way, and Jerry, he treated me that way. And Jerry would ask the standard question, then why did you stay with him? She would say, because I love him, Jerry. Okay. Now, again, releasing the same chemicals that insanity releases. Okay. Now, that's why we lean toward respect. As men, especially in modern day times, women had no problem and they were respectful generally in the past. But in modern day times, we have to reiterate and emphasize that we desire respect over love, because respect quantifies as love. It manifests as love. Okay? Love doesn't manifest as respect. People kill those whom they love. Okay? So, with that being said, is gold digging a natural state of mind for a woman? Because men are providers for women. Men are naturally providers for women. Okay, so, and Allah requires us that as obligation, and is not required upon the woman. So therefore, if men are the providers by Allah Ta'ala's order and standard and nature that He created, then would women naturally be gold diggers, forming a relationship with a man in order to extract money from him or some type of wealth? Okay. Is it natural? Well, if we look at the workplace, we find that women will submit. They'll submit for money. Even when they are at odds with their boss, even when they hate their boss, you would ask, why do you put up with it? They say, oh, well, I like the money. If a boss tells a woman to do something and they'll readily do it, but when a husband says something, sometimes he gets the clap back, okay? And the husband would say, well, why don't you do this with your boss? Is this a normal occurrence at work with your boss? When he orders you something, do you snap back at him? And they will say, no. And the reason why, the bag, the money. But see, a man is providing most of the time more than what you work for. What a man provides, we talked about it during the $11 trillion, is $11 trillion owed to housewives. So we talked about that, and we tried to enumerate the the qualities of a man, of a standard man, and they exceeded 11 trillion. Okay, became 11 quadrillion, okay, if not more. So nevertheless, they submit to their bosses at work because of the bag, the money. They'll obey their bosses at work better than they obey their husbands at home. Modern day, I'm talking about modern day, okay? Now, why is that? Because of the money, the bag. So, the relationship formed with the boss is you say, well, you can't call that gold digging because she's providing a service. Okay, she's providing a service. Well, with gold diggers in general, a service is provided, although that service may not be enunciated, it may not be spelled out, it may not be dictated, but there's a service being provided. There's also the phenomena of sugar daddies. Sugar daddies, and the daddy is the sugar. The man is the sugar. The woman, uh, oftentimes than not, gives no sugar, and they even brag about it. I didn't have to do anything with him. He just gives me money. I don't understand that. There was one woman. I think she's some type of celebrity status, which means really nothing. Um, and she says that men pay her to humiliate them, talk bad about them, no intimacy at all, just to humiliate them. I forgot what they call that phenomena. I'll think of it maybe if I ever knew it. I think I know it, but it's something. Okay. Anyway, uh, so again, now if a man is providing for a woman and she is enjoying that provision, and she is providing a service for that provision, it seems kind of grimy. It sounds grimy, but marriage is a beautiful symphony of two opposites coming together to form a positive. Okay, to perform some type of harmonious, leteskenu, some type of harmonious bond. So marriage can't fit into this category because marriage, even if it doesn't last forever, is intentionally for life. Okay, intentionally for life. Although it may not work out, and Allah revealed divorce as a solution. Okay, so the rights. Let's talk about the rights. If he enjoys his rights, he is providing for this woman and enjoying his rights, then that marriage is indeed harmonious. Okay, the rights. Okay, so if she upholds her responsibilities, she gives him his rights, not to dishonor him, not to shame him, to obey him. Well, that goes on to responsibilities. She obeys him. She does whatever he orders her to, other than what is haram, which nobody can be ordered to do haram. Okay. Um, if she upholds her responsibilities toward him, then this is a good relationship. He's providing, and she is accommodating by providing. That he enjoying his rights, and she is achieving her responsibilities. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Imam Nasir. Did I say that right? Yeah, Imam Nasir. Okay, it was kind of small on the screen. Um, Beyond that, if the selection process, okay, for marriage, if the selection process for marriage factors in, okay, if provision is the major, it don't have to even be the major. It can be one of the considerations why you would say yes to a man's proposal. Then if provision is a major or even a component of consideration, then would that be considered gold digging? And if that's considered gold digging, then gold digging is halal, as long as he receives his rights and she fulfills her responsibilities. She respects him. You don't have to love a man, respect a man. Guaranteed. Love will translate as respect will translate as love. Love often translates as insanity. Okay. So, with that being said, Muhammad Sallam said people marry for four. Number one, wealth. Two, nobility. Three, beauty. Four, deen. Okay, and he recommended deen above all else. But deen is not always the first consideration. Deen is not always the first consideration. The ulama even stated, many ulama stated, that you should look to them. If you're attracted to them, then approach them and find out about their deen. You know, approach them after you are attracted to them, then ask about their deen. Because, and I'm going to tell you the logic that some ulama used. If you find out about her deen first, her deen is on point, and then they finally unveil her, and she looked like my Uncle Clarence in the face, then you're going to reject her based on something that she has no control over for the most part. But if you are physically attracted to her and then you approach her and you are not pleased with her deen, and that is the reason you reject her, now she has something that she could tangibly work on. She has a goal to achieve. She can get her deen right and then reapply even, okay? Or that next man won't have that complaint. She's physically attractive and she has deen. So the ulama, many of them said not to hurt her feelings, make sure she's physically appealing to you, then ask about her deen. And that is the logic, not to hurt her feelings, okay? I find a lot of wisdom in that logic and a lot of logic in that wisdom, okay? If the selection process is provision, if it's solely provision, you just finished high school, you are 18 years old, and you're looking around, other 18-year-olds have as much money as you do, okay? They just as broke as you are, okay? You want somebody to pay for your college if you go to college. You done worked all through high school. Now you don't want to be in the hustle and bustle of the workplace, okay? It's all your choice, okay? So you put yourself out there. Baba, I want to get married. Do you know any men of affluence, financial affluence, okay, that want to marry me? Your 18-year-old daughter. So you say, well, Habibati, my beloved daughter. The only men that are of affluence are 30 and above. Are you willing to marry a brother 30 and above? And she says, nah, yes. Yes, Baba. So he said, okay. So he starts to look at these men of affluence. And he lines them up, and you get to see him at the masjid. Say, let's go to the masjid, Habibati. That brother right there, that's one of the guys I was telling you about. If you find him, his deen is right. If you find him physically attractive and you would like to speak with him, we can arrange a meeting. I can invite him over. He can speak with him. However that process goes, if provision is number one on her list, let's say one brother is a six-figure earner every year. I mean, every year he earns six figures, okay? And another brother is a millionaire. At the end of the year, he earns $1 million, okay? And she says, I'll pick this brother, although he doesn't look as attractive as that other brother. Although he may be older than that other brother. Although I may have to share him with another wife or wives. And the other brother is single. She is putting provision first. So can we call her a gold digger? Well, by the definition, a woman that establishes a relationship in order to have some financial gain or to extract some monies, then we can say yes. But we also have to say that gold digging is halal, as long as you give him his rights and you handle your responsibilities. There's nothing wrong with gold digging. If a woman tells me, Sadiq, whatever, I would not marry you because you broke, I got to take the L. I got to take the L, baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you broke. If that's the reason she rejects me, okay, you got this quality, that quality, but you broke. Okay, I got to take that L. And if she goes to this other brother that has more money, maybe his knowledge of the deen don't measure to mine, and mine is not much, okay? Maybe other things, okay? And she marries him solely because he has the bag. And she doesn't want to work. Or she wants to start her own business, and that he could help her with that. He can launch her toward that goal. No problem with that. Not a problem with that. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Now, if your husband falls on hard times financially and you leave him for that, you leave him solely because you want to marry another brother and have it on, I can't say that's haram. I don't know. I don't have that knowledge. If that's haram, I don't know if that falls under the Shari uh, allowances for divorce. I know ED, erectile dysfunction. He lets himself go. You're no longer attracted to him. All that type of stuff falls under those provisions, that exclusion, or that what do you call that? I forgot. Anyway, so what happens is that if this be gold digging, then gold digging be halal, basically. Okay. Women are allowed to seek provision, or a man that has provision. And to factor in the deen can come after that. And those of you that might say, well, deen is first. Deen is first. Well, like I said, even though I said many ulama stated, that's not an evidence that many ulama stated. It is allowed to marry for beauty, and beauty implies sexual attraction also. A lot of people let their bodies go and to make their face up. That's not that's not beauty. In this hadith, we're talking about beauty equals jama', or intercourse as well. Okay, you want the intercourse because you're attracted to that person. So that's the beauty aspect. Wealth, okay, provision, right? Nobility. Okay, nobility. They come from this and such and such a family, or their family has this type of standing in society. Like Abdullah ibn Omar. Abdullah ibn Omar was, he was known. His family was, they were trained to be leaders, leadership quality. You know what I'm saying? Omar Abdulaziz, not Abdullah ibn Omar. I think Omar Abdulaziz, excuse me. His family was trained to be of the leadership mind and mentality and ability. Okay, so when what is that? When I want to say, what is that? It's he is a tabby starts with ba. I forgot his name. Subhanallah, I forgot his name. Anyway, I'll think of it, inshallah ta'ala. He saw Umar Abdulaziz walking as a youth, as a shab, as a youth, walking. And he was walking in a certain manner because he was raised to be of the upper echelon of individuals, okay? And he walked up to him and he poked him in his stomach, poked him in his bottom, his stomach. He said, how dare you walk like that when you have feces in your stomach? How dare you walk like that when you have feces in your stomach? Letting him know that you just a regular man. So anyway, that is that occurrence that happened. So anyway, you got nobility, okay? We talked about wealth, we talked about beauty, we talked about nobility. Deen is a factor. Muhammad said, marry for deen. If you ever divorce her, you'll be the loser. So if you marry a woman that has deen and you divorce her, you'll be the loser. But see, I'm going to tell you something about a woman that has deen. She'll keep herself physically fit because that's part of the deen, to keep your husband attracted. Don't let yourself just go, okay? And a husband should also not walk around the house with holes in his boxers, unless your wife has a holy underwear fetish or something like that. Y'all have something special going on, that's fine. But generally, you don't walk around in worn out underwear with the waistband wore out or holes inside of it and things like that. You want to walk around in the best underwear, around your wife and things like that. You want to when you get out of the shower, put some mist, put some oils on, make yourself smell good before you go to bed, things like that. Clip your toenails, groom your beard, what have you, right? Comb your hair. Make yourself look presentable to your wife, because that's an obligation, just as it is an obligation for your wife to make herself presentable to you. And she should not let herself go. She don't have to go to a gym. She can work out 30 minutes or to an hour at the most, 3 times a week or every other day, to keep herself fit, so when you look upon her, you're pleased with her. Muhammad said, the best of wives are those who, when their husband gazes upon them, he is well pleased. Okay, he is well pleased. So with that being said, there's nothing wrong with gold digging. There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to reciprocate. Okay, there has to be reciprocity, meaning that, you married him for his provision, that he would provide for you, and you ingratiate yourself. You show yourself that you show gratitude by doing what? By giving him his rights, and then what? Okay, taking care of your responsibilities to the letter or the best of your ability. That's all. Now, in modern day times, I must say that seems like too much to ask. But may Allah Ta'ala aid us and guide us on this road, this journey to please Him Ta'ala. Okay? So let me go. I'm going to move on from this topic and go to the delusional dating profile of the week. And I'll move to the side. Let me see which one is this. I think it's this one. There we go. Danette. That sounds like something you'll say when you're frustrated. You say, "Damn it!" Anyway. So Danette is 45. She is 45. Khamsa Arba'in. Did I say that right? Khamsa Arba'in. I'm not sure. I think that's 45. She says, I'm a grown woman. And the delusion is delusion is coming. The delusion is, because this is delusional dating profiles. Okay, so delusion is coming. I'm a grown woman, and I am not on here for games or hookup. Please don't. And she needs to be on here to learn grammar and punctuation. Please don't contact me if you're not serious. I love to laugh. Is there a period there? No periods, no comma. I love to laugh listening. I love to laugh listening to music. Okay, anyway. I love to laugh listening. I'm just going to assume there are commas. I love to laugh listening to music, and I love to travel. They always love to travel. If you speak to them, they haven't traveled much. If you speak to them, they have not traveled much. But they always love to travel. You know why? Because that next dude, they want him to put them on to the travel blast. Okay, I'm telling you. They want that next dude to put them on to the travel. So they always say, and I love to travel. If you speak to them, they haven't traveled much, if any at all. Okay. So I love to travel, looking for a man that is affectionate and love to show it. And that is family oriented. Oh man, is there a period? Y'all. Anyway, I just want to enjoy life. Oh man. We're gonna have to. They gotta put some spell check on this site or something, because this is ridiculous, man. Anyway, Michael Phelps couldn't hold his breath that long enough to read this sentence. So anyway, oh man, to enjoy life, I have a kid, so don't expect me to be able to go on dates at the last minute. See that? Okay, we understand that you have a child. You should not be expected to just pick up and go whenever some guy that you're trying to get to know says it. Okay. Anyway, okay. If you just want to see me at night, then keep it going. My kid always comes first. Okay, my kid always comes first. I also love cars. No period after first. I also love cars. If you're interested, message me. No games. Don't waste my time. Well, see, nobody's time is more precious than the others. Um, your time being wasted, generally, when they say this, they're talking about that they were uh, getting to know you, and after getting to know you, it didn't work out. So they say, you wasted my time. Well, his time was wasted as well, and your time is no more precious than his time. His time was wasted as well because he found out something about you that he doesn't like. He saw your pictures, he met you in person, and said, who's that guy? Who's old boy? What's up with this dude? You know what I'm saying? That's what he said when he met you in person. Because your pictures had the feminine pretty filter on them, and he met you in person, and in realities changed. They switched. Okay. Now the part of the delusion that we're gonna draw this out of here. So she want a man that's affectionate. She want a man that likes to travel. Okay. She wants a man that's family oriented. Okay. She want to enjoy life, and she want to travel and all this other kind of stuff. Okay. And she don't want a man that's into hookups and one night stands and all that there. She wants, something. She's trying to build on something serious. Okay. She's actually looking for chatting, friendship, something casual, long term. If you're looking for chatting, how are they wasting your time? They don't chat enough. If you're looking for friendship, how do they waste your time? They're not friendly enough. If you're looking for something casual, well, they're not casual enough. You say you don't want no hookups and one night stands. So that's what casual is. Okay? Casual hookups. Then you say long-term relationship. Okay. They don't have marriage marriage is not a choice on here, so long-term relationship usually lends itself to marriage. Anyway, so I'm saying she wants an affectionate man that loves to travel, that'll travel with her, someone that loves to show affection and that's family oriented. Okay, that's what she said. Okay, but then she says my child comes first, and you say, well, by sheer logic, because of the age of the child, in comparison to the grown man that she's trying to get to know, shouldn't the child come first? Well, I can't argue that the child shouldn't come first, but I tell you what, if your child comes first, and in the same breath, because I say the same breath because there's no commas or periods, in the same breath you say that, don't expect me just to be able to jump up, at the last minute and go out or meet you somewhere because, don't be able to go on dates at the last minute, to be able to go on dates at the last minute because she has a child. She has a kid. So you can't just call and say, hey, meet me at such and such a place. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. You ain't had lunch yet. 1 o'clock, let's meet for lunch. Oh, I can't because I got my kid. Or any variable of that. She can't do it because she got her kid. So, and she telling you vividly that, you're going to come second. But she wants all this other stuff from you. Does it sound like she's a wife or a fun time? Does it sound like she's something casual or long term? I would lean toward the casual. I would lean toward the chatting, the friendship. It doesn't seem like she wants a long-term relationship. How long do you expect that man to go where he comes second? So if the child, let me explain something to you women that may not understand. When the child comes first, you know what happens? If the child gets mad at you or doesn't like you, that child has the power to veto the whole relationship. Hey, little man, I'm gonna need you to clean up your room, straighten it up. I gave my sons a speech about how it takes 15 seconds, no more than 30 seconds to be excellent. Meaning that, let's say you're leaving, your room. I say, go to the door, turn around, look back. Set your stopwatch to 15. Go. Take the clothes, throw them in dirty clothes hamper, fold the bedspread, put the pillows in place, stuff the clothes back in the drawers, close the drawers. Okay? 15 seconds. I'm going to do 15 more seconds. 15 seconds. Okay? Get your shoes, line your shoes up really nice, straighten up your dresser, go in the restroom, put the cap back on the toothpaste, put the toothbrush up, wipe off, move this, take this towel, throw it away. Okay, good. 30 seconds. What happened? Now it's excellent. It takes 15 to 30 seconds to be excellent. Just backtrack and make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. That's all you have to do. So the same thing with this individual, okay? That boy, you can tell him, look, man, it takes 15 to 30 seconds to be excellent. What do you mean? Clean up your room. Don't just throw your dishes in the sink, because that ketchup or whatever that's on that plate or that bowl, it's going to get hard and it's going to be harder to clean off. So while it's still moist, soft, spray the dishes down. Don't just throw it in there with a bunch of food in the sink. That makes it hard on mama when she cleans the dishes or what have you. So or it makes it hard on you if you are the one that does the dishes. So you give him that little line. He goes to his mom and say, Mama, Sadiq's mean to me when you're not around. What? Are you sure? Because he seemed like a good man. I mean, he's affectionate. He likes to travel. He's family oriented. And stuff like that. He put up with you. Nah, I'm just saying. He's mean when you're not around. See, that right there, that's enough, because that child comes first. Well, okay, Mom. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's either him or me. So now she's back on the dating site again. I need a man that recognizes my child come first. My child don't like you, I don't like you. Matter of fact, my cat gotta like you. My dog gotta like you. My dead grandma gotta like you. So if you go to her grave, the flowers better, blossom or whatever, All those, insurmountable requirements. This is what we deal with. A child. My child won't come before their stepmom. My child won't come before their stepmom. But I will expect a synchronized type, relationship, because that's the adult. Dad, she's mean when you're not around. What does she do? Well, I mean, when you're not here, she makes me clean up. She makes me. What you supposed to? Okay, so when I say, I noticed when I got home, your room was clean. When I got home, the dishes were washed. When I got home, the floor was swept. The vacuum was the carpet was vacuumed. I noticed that. Is that the one making you do that? Yeah, Dad. Alhamdulillah, that's a good thing. Son, holler at me if she's abusing you. Holler at me if it's something un-Islamic going on. Don't holler at me because she makes you a better child. You know what I'm saying? She makes you better offspring, makes you more responsible. She's teaching you how to be excellent. Because a lot of stuff doesn't even take 30 seconds. So again, like I said, I would not let a child sabotage my relationship, but I would look into it to see if they have some validity. But it can't be just these empty complaints that a lot of times these children do against so-called stepdaddies or mama's new husband. That's what happens. And that's all that I'm saying. So anyway, I've dragged that on too long. That's all that I have for today. Some of the regulars are not here, but that's all that I have for today. I pray Allah Ta'ala that you learn something, that gold digging is not haram as long as you reciprocate the respect and rights. Okay? Handle your responsibilities and give him his rights. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you married him for his money or not. That's his job to provide. So we can't say gold digging is haram. If the relationship is haram, forget about the gold digging. The relationship is haram. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry. If the relationship is haram, gold digging is not even an issue. Okay? But if the relationship is marriage and you married him solely because he has money, he's not in the shape you like, he don't have the look you like, he's not the age you like, okay? But he has the money you like, you can marry him for that reason. As long as you're not extorting, stealing, all that type of stuff, we know. Nothing haram, okay? Marrying a man strictly for provision is not haram. Therefore, gold digging is not haram. Halal gold digging. That's all that I have. May Allah Ta'ala guide you all. May Allah Ta'ala help you all, as I wish Allah Ta'ala to guide and help me. This has been your brother Saad Imam for X Factly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.